I'm gonna let Rag go ahead. What's up, man? What we got going, man?
We got our guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, y'all, man. We appreciate the love y'all gave us on the last episode. That he was on. You know what I'm saying? Friend of the show, because outside of Velly, this is his second time being on.
Yeah.
So, man, shout out to our guy, Young Velly. Salute. So, I was looking over some of the topics that we hadn't, we talked about discussing, but we didn't, get to put out because it's so much pressing stuff in the news. So basically, it's like, man, I got my two homies over here. Mm-hmm. We got, you know what I'm saying, Todd. He's been in over 20 years in your relationship.
About 21,
you know what I'm saying?
Married 16.
Yeah, so you got over a decade in yours.
That's just almost a decade.
Yeah, well, marriage, but I mean like together.
Together,
y'all
yeah,
been like what 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see what I'm saying? Then you got me.
Right.
I'm not for the streets. I'm not in the streets, but I see what's going on. I'm hanging out the window.
You not for the streets?
No, I'm like 227. I'm like the lady. I'm hanging out the window. Okay. So I see what's going on. Right. And then we got Crown. Who's more the newlywed. He don't have a mic today, but Crown is in here too. But
Crown, cool. You been what? Is it 6 years? 7 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He hadn't been married, but together,
okay,
he's been with her around that same
right.
Okay. In a relationship around that time.
For sure. Okay.
So, but it's like, sometimes, man, like women think that us as men, like, they had these misconceptions about the way we think. And I know y'all can talk to that because, again, like being over a decade is some stuff that maybe you saw in the beginning that's changed now.
Right.
You said, like, when we was talking on the phone, you was like, you hope it's not the same after 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And then me, y'all already know, I'm not signing up for some stuff. I'm not co-signing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that stuff I heard my homeboy say the other day, oh, man, the man cave is mine, but the rest of the house, I'm not signing up for her. I'm not signing up for that. I can't co-sign it. You know what I'm saying? Like my other homeboy, man, the garage is mine, but, man, the rest of the house is... And I said, you know why? I envy y'all. I want to be married. I want that. But I'm not signing up for that.
You're not signing up.
Any part of if it's our house, any part of the house is her house. Any part of the house is my house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me I can't come in and cook. I cook too. You know what I'm saying? I wash dishes too. I probably wash dishes better than her. Don't tell me to get out your kitchen. Oh, I'm amazing. Like I used to have to do Paco and John's chores.
Right.
So if I can't do nothing else, I can watch this. So let's get into it, man. The first one is because we've talked about this before. And you definitely hit on this a couple of times. We talked about this on the phone. And Crown, you can we'll have to repeat what you chime in on. But it says just because I'm not talking does not mean that I don't enjoy my time with you.
Yeah, that's a very good one. That's a very good one. I can speak to that. Shout out to wifey. She watches and she does all that and stuff. And when it comes to, I guess, nonverbal communication.
Right.
And sometimes I feel I have to overextend myself at times just to keep the flow going because I know that's maybe what she wants. You know what I'm saying? And so, but, we kind of deep in it now. So it's just like, look, man, we kind of chilling. We watching Power or Raising Canaan or whatever we doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it can just be quiet time. We be in the bed. I be on my phone. She be on her phone. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm cool. You know what I mean? But, from her perspective, sometimes it can maybe be, not as enjoyable because... Like
you ignoring her.
Right, because we're not, just like when we drive and play. We might be driving to go get something to eat. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm cool with vibing out to the music and just chilling, not saying a word on the way there and stuff like that.
You let her pick the song?
Nah, bruh. Usually I don't like you, but you.
Hold on, what's up? Y'all see the movie? I just thought about this because you was talking about vibing to the music. What's the movie just came out? Me and Shayla watched it. Honk if you see Honk. Mm-hmm. When they was listening to the song in the car, that was my favorite part of the whole movie, man.
The Eddie Long story. Okay, the Eddie Long story. Okay. That's pretty much what it is. You talking about with what's her name?
Regina King.
Yeah.
Who sits at the throne.
Right.
Yeah. Y'all know what scene I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah, I know. Knuck if you buck.
Yeah.
The Knuck if you buck.
That was my favorite part of the.
Right. So, yeah,
I pictured y'all doing it. I just in my head. I pictured y'all down the road.
I wish Rachel knew the song. You know what I'm saying? No. Yeah, it's I will say that. You know what I'm saying? She,
Well, shout out to Shayla. She know the song. So
what? snap.
Oh yeah, Shayla.
Snap. Yeah. So, but I'm, nonverbal communication to me is big because I don't have to. Just like my boy just had a game today, and so we riding, and like I said, I'm chill. I don't need to talk. I don't need to do any of that, but I feel I have to. You know what I mean? Just because
you don't want her to feel uncomfortable,
right? I don't want them to feel uncomfortable. And hey, how was your day? How was that? But it don't have to be that. Like I'm enjoying the time. We just chilling together, and you just chilling over there, looking good, whatever you doing. So I'm with it.
Well, mine's a little bit different because Shayla, I was telling Roche too. Shayla, she's kind of like one of the guys, like in the sense that she's not like your typical female. Not to say that like in a mean way, but I mean, we don't never had no problems with like if I ain't saying nothing or whatever because she's cool.
Yeah.
With whatever, so I had to learn that in the beginning. I probably overexerted myself, maybe even sometimes more because she's not.
Right.
She's cool.
What about watching the game and stuff like that?
Oh, she won't watch the game with me because I'm foul. So.
I mean, but she cool with you watching the game.
She'll let me watch it wherever. Like if I'm watching the bedroom, she don't want to be in there because I get a little verbal. She'll go to the living room or vice versa because she knows.
Right.
That's my time to,
See, I don't even get that verbal like that, but I'll tell you, when I be watching my Cowboys, like I got to be up here.
Oh, okay.
Watching my team, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And sometimes though they can be like taking personal, like
it
you
do.
Don't want to be down there
because you like to watch it by yourself, right?
It do because sometimes. I don't with the like any other game. I'm cool. We can have the kids around and do what we do. But I'm watching the Cowboys game. I want to be dialed in. I want to be kind of watching it. And then she may take it as hey, you trying to get away from me? You trying? I'm like, nah, I'm trying to watch the game. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
And because you're not as invested as I am.
Excuse me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, Shayla's cool with that, man. Whatever I spend my own time on, she's always been real cool about that. So I'm happy with that. She gives me my time to do whatever. So
we learned. I want to give a shout out to her. Like, she getting better with that. You know what I'm saying? Because before, like, usually on Sundays, that's usually football day. So after church and we, do what we do, eat brunch or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We put the kids down around 11, 12 o'clock to, to go to sleep or whatever. So I'm up here basically watching most of the games. You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes it could be like, oh, dang, you've been up there, 3-4 hours or something like that. You know what I mean? But it's, like I said, it's just a good time. Like, I
get a release out. Like, you get to escape for a second and then you can come back to reality and, everything.
Right.
But that's that's the equivalent of you getting your nail or your hair done, your nails or your hair done.
Perfect. Right, and that could be anything. That could be sports. For some folks, it's video games. Going and hooping, whatever it is you do. It's just and I'll say that like for me, I got red zone, so I watch 6.5 hours of football straight. She don't.
That's me.
She's cool with it, and like the Dolphins, they not. That's my squad. They not on TV anyways usually.
So red zone, yep.
Right. So now the Cowboys be on there more often. Even the 49ers out here be on TV.
We on prime.
Even though we
on prime.
Shout out to my Niners. We 3-3. But I'm glad we got McCaffrey.
You got McCaffrey.
We got CMC.
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I feel good.
I'm shooting for him.
So check this out. So we actually want to be complimented too.
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt.
So y'all feel because like we compliment them for everything. Like, and if we don't, it's like if you don't notice that they got their hair done or they got some new shoes, they got their nails, they got a special design on their nails or whatever, or they've been working out and they'll be purposely like trying on clothes in front of you because they want you to say, "Oh, baby, you're killing that. You might not make it out of here tonight, girl." Like they want that compliment, but like. When you been in the gym, like you go, you get your kickboxing on, you know what I'm saying? Like them slacks fitting a little different. You want to know, like, man, you know what I'm saying? So like, do y'all see a difference now? Has it always been continuous compliments or like, was it more in the beginning?
Well, definitely in the beginning, the compliment was coming from me because Shayla didn't like me in the beginning anyways, for being honest. Not that she didn't like me, but I was definitely pursuing her.
Right.
So in the beginning, it was different. So it was a lot of, compliment or whatever, but it's different for Shayla too, though, because she's a hairstylist. For those of y'all that don't know, so she's constantly changes. So sometimes I don't notice things, so she don't, because she changing all the time. Hair, she wears eyelashes, everything. So it's just, I joke with her that she does too much. Just kidding, like I always try to tell her she should wear hair or whatever. I can't because I'm in this industry and I got this and this and this. So, but just for the compliment part, she's cool with it whether I'm doing it or not. Because I did do it so much in the beginning. But she's good about it. I mean, she'll, anytime she notices something or whatever she likes, I don't dress up very often. So if I dress up, she'll compliment or whatever. She likes those things. So she's good about it. But definitely like we talked about earlier, it's definitely different now as it was when we first got together 21 years ago or so, because we know each other better. I mean, this topic and a lot of the other ones, we've learned to what each other likes or don't like. So she knows. I mean, every man, whether they be honest or not, likes to be complimented. So to me,
no doubt.
I mean, we like, if you like you going to, your kickboxing or whatever, if she says something that's gonna make you feel, it's gonna make you go back. So.
Right. Like this was a progression moment for us in our relationship, because before it was, I guess maybe the assumption on her end was that, I need to be more, have more compliments for her on that end. But like I would say the past 2 or 3 years, well, maybe the past 2 years, she's been adamant on, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to the pod too, because I mean, we've got into plenty disagreements or, stuff that we've said on here. You know what I'm saying?
Stuff I said?
Or some of the stuff that you said.
Well, I do. I'm sorry.
You and your wife got into something over what you saw on the pod?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Brown. I'm sorry. I don't like. But you know me. We go back like the Jerry curl.
But I believe also some of it has helped as well, because this is kind of like the man cave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we have our conversations,
right,
it's certain things that
what
I'll say
in the man cave,
Right, certain things I'll say on here that I don't communicate like that to her when we're just kind of talking, because it's a different vibe. This the homie, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it has, did some help. And so now, what's the episode we had? The first episode we had in season 1, the one that went.
Was it
cheating?
Reward your man for not cheating.
Reward your man. Yeah, that reward your man. That
didn't go over well.
Yeah, that was different. You know what I'm saying? That was a little different.
Yeah.
But I think the heart of the message kind of got out. And so now, anytime I'm out there cutting the yard, I like to have the yard nice and trim it up and stuff like that. She'll come back in, the yards look great, baby. It looks immaculate. It look da-da-da-da. Or, or you coming from, and she'll give me a back rub. Them shoulders kind of tight, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? You've been, doing stuff like that. And so I don't give much attention. I don't be like, but I dig
secretly,
it.
Though, you
I dig it.
We all do.
I dig it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
I mean, for me, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm not out in the street. I'm hanging out the window, though. So, like, for me, when they be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you trying to do to me? You know what I'm saying? You trying to make me marry you, or you know what I'm saying? Or something like that.
Right.
That lets me know that I did what I was supposed to do.
That you're doing something.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So, look, don't laugh at me, Crown. Don't judge me. I see you sitting over there with your hands on the keyboard, with your judgmental typing.
Salute the real niggas.